Well, hello and welcome to English Lesson. My name is Teacher Yahya. We are going to talk about how speaking English. I think you already know if you want to improve your speaking skills, you have to speak. You have to practice, right? But learning grammar alone will never improve your speaking, and listening to English alone will never improve your speaking. You need to practice. You have to actually speak. But what if you don't have someone to talk to in English? How can you practice that? Well, there's a technique that allows you to improve your speaking skills by yourself. No speaking partner is required. This technique can help you improve many aspects of your speaking, of your spoken English, your sentence structure, your vocabulary, your grammar, and most importantly, the ability to express your thoughts and idea effectively. So, what is this technique? Here it is. Learn to speak English through imitation. And when I say imitation, I am not talking about repeating after native speakers using the exact same words to improve your pronunciation. I'm talking about something a little more advanced than that. You listen to a conversation, a story, or some kind of speech and try to deliver that speech in your own words. For example, start by imitating a small portion of speech, like phrases and short sentences, and try to express that idea yourself. So in this case, you wait until the speaker completes a thought or idea, then try to express that thought or idea yourself. You pause the video and you try to deliver that speech in your own word. What he said, what phrases he used, and used it in your own word. Okay. Another approach is to listen to the whole conversation or the whole speech and try to deliver that entire speech yourself. So there are several approaches to go about it, but what I recommended is to combine them all together, and this approach called easy to hard imitation. Easy to hard imitation is based on the concept of progressive training. This idea is that you start with something easy and then try to increase the difficulty yourself, forcing yourself to be better. A number of studies have found that this activity is very useful. Okay, let's talk about how you can apply this concept. Start by imitating small portion of speech, phrases, short sentences, pieces, word. Then try to deliver that word and speech yourself. All right? And then try to listen to long sentences or maybe group of sentences and try to deliver the sentences yourself. This technique offers many benefits. You get to listen to and imitate correct English, probably. You get to learn idioms, expression, and other speaking patterns that are used in day-to-day conversation. You get to learn grammar. When you imitate other people, you are learning grammar through a process called implicit learning. This is the process where the learning happens without your awareness. This is how babies, children learn the grammar of their first rule, or their first language, I mean. When you imitate, you don't think about the grammar, you are not think why the present perfect tense is used in this situation or in that situation. You're focused on the structure. You're focused on the communication and understanding and expressing ideas. Okay? By the way, you are still learning grammar, but you are not aware that is happening. This is one of the proper way to use grammar.
Okay guys, pay attention to the example of how to imitate the English language. This video is a good example, so listen carefully and try to imitate it well, and then we will continue our lesson.
I'd like to make a reservation. I'd like to make a reservation.
I'd like to make a reservation.
Can you get me some water? Can you get me some water?
So, the way you can improve your English speaking skills is obviously to speak. All right? You have to speak a lot, okay? Let's start right there. Let's say you live in America right now, all right? Where all the locals speak English language. Okay? You know some vocabs, maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe more, and you know your grammar very well. All right? And then try to speak. You can't. You will feel nervous. You are afraid if you can't. All right? If you want to improve your speaking, you need to interact with the locals. You live in America, you try to speak with the locals. All right? I'm speaking English. But okay, how I reach this level? How can I be an English teacher or an English speaker if I don't interact and speak with my friends, with people, and interact in real life situation, not depending on the vocabulary, the sentence structure, or grammar alone, and listening. We all watch movies, listen to music, maybe writing and no vocabs, but if we don't use all what we know in the real life situation, we can't improve yourself. You have to be willing to spend a lot of time, speak a lot, eventually to speak well. You have to speak a lot, and that's mean you are going to speak with difficulties and hard, and you maybe you can't even complete a sentence probably, but it's okay. We all have to start somewhere. And that time, and all the time you have spending, as well the time you spend on your input activity will help you. All right, guys, and when it comes to English in particular, I think people who learn English are the luckiest. In terms of the availability of wide range of content that you can access, more culture, more people, new tradition, you know everything in the whole world by learning English, because English is the first common language in the whole world. Let's say you travel to Japan or China or even Russia. Okay, you don't know Russia, you don't know Japanese, you don't know Chinese, but you speak in English. A lot of people will understand what you have said and help you in your way when you want to learn Chinese. All right? All right. And there are a lot of opportunities in job, works, and everything when you learn English, when you can speak English, when you can use your English in your real life situation. All right, guys, you have more opportunities. So, you know, that's my advice for you, and I hope you learn something about improve your speaking. All right? We talk about imitation and easy to hard imitation, and even implicit learning, that when the learning process is happening without your awareness. All right, guys, that should be the end of our lesson. Hope you enjoy it, and see you next lesson.